Hey folks, Joel here, continuing on with our tutorial how to create a website from scratch, step by step, no step skipped. So on to hosting. In the previous video, we purchased a domain name. That was step one. Step two is to purchase hosting, and then we sync them all up together. On the screen, you'll see SiteGround. Now, I've done another video on SiteGround and why I recommend SiteGround. So if you have any questions about that, do go and have a look. I'll put a link in the description. That goes over all of that information. On here, we're just going to push on through using SiteGround. Now, always beginner friendly here. If your domain name is your business.com, then your hosting is where it belongs, essentially. Like if you think of Facebook, I guess, like if Facebook, the entity that is Facebook, if that's your host, right, that's your hosting, then your own page is your domain. So if that makes any sense. So it's where your website lives. It's a big company full of servers and they hold everything there for you, and you can build up everything. And it basically, you're going to create a content management system. We're going to use WordPress, about which more later. You're going to create this website, and it has to live somewhere in the cloud, in the ether, so that people can come and find it. And that's what hosting is. It's a place that holds your content management system or website so you can find it, and the domain name is the address. And SiteGround's where we're going to purchase it. So if we go to Google, whatever your search engine, go to siteground.com. And that will bring you to this page. Very good system, in my opinion. Lots of opinions, actually. A lot of web developers and marketing companies do use SiteGround. It's just got really good support and what have you, and it's cheap. Do you know what? Like a lot of hosting companies, it's not a very expensive thing. It can be if you've got a lot going on, but it starts super duper cheap. So right now, it's $2.99 a month. There's a link in the description as well, which will give a discount code as well. You can just click through to that. It is an affiliate link, full disclosure. That does give us a commission if you do click it. If you don't want to do that, just go to siteground.com through Google. It's really not a problem. It's entirely up to you. Click that, come through to here, and we're just going to go and purchase a basic package, and we're going to have a look at all the different options that we have here. So you can see here that it's got web hosting, it's got WordPress hosting, and it's got WooCommerce hosting. We're going to make a WordPress website, and I will explain WooCommerce as well. So WooCommerce is like the e-commerce plugin to a WordPress site. So a WordPress site could just be a nice little basic couple of pages for a roofing company that wants to have a location where the customers can come find their website, get their contact details, and contact them. Okay, so that would be just your basic WordPress site. WooCommerce, on the flip side, is for e-commerce. If you were going to build a store, a t-shirt store, one of our companies is a woodworker manufacturer. He makes like rustic furniture. So, you know, he needs the WooCommerce add-ons to this, so that not only has he got his normal site and it's got his homepage and his about page and his contact page and all of that information, it's also got all of his product listings there as well. So we'll come to those different options, and I'll show you some other versions of that as we go through. Let's just go to, on here today, this is saying start now. All right, they update this quite a lot. Or you can come up here and click hosting here. Ba-boom. All right, here we go. 3 options: startup, grow big, and go geek. You really don't, if you're here building, I'm assuming you're here because you need to learn how to build a website from scratch. you want some advice, and you're just going to build the one website. So you only need the cheapie. You only need this cheap stuff here, okay? So if you want to, you can go, this is a really good deal. And if you want to build multiple websites and you know you're going to be building multiple websites, go straight for the Grow Big. If you build one, you decide you want to build more, you can upgrade later. So for this, we're going to go to Startup. Okay, fantastic. Well, here we go. So this is saying that we have selected this startup, and underneath we're going to see some plan details. Now, this offer of $2.99 a month is based on a 12-month subscription. Now, you can lower this to 1 month, but it's going to want $24.99. Now, if you're going to build a website for just 1 month, then you can go for that. But no one just builds a website for 1 month. You might as well do it for 12 months, or even, if you know that it's a business that's going to be going on for a long time, even go for 24 months. But that's not offering it's offering a greatly reduced monthly rate, which over the course of 2 years would be cheaper. But for 12 months here, you're starting a new business, you're going to give it 12 months, you're going to see how it goes. Then it's $3 a month. So it's only going to cost me $35.88, excluding GST, or with GST, which is 10%. I'm in Australia, so $39.47. Fantastic. So we're just going to pay now. Hit up to websites and create new. We're going to add a new website. Now, you'll see that we've got some options below. New domain, existing domain, and temporary domain. We already have an existing domain. So if you wanted to purchase the domain directly, we've done it through GoDaddy if you've been following through. But if you wanted to purchase a new one, you could select here, go pop it in, type it in, choose it from the options, and away you go. Then your domain and your hosting will all be under the same provider. We've purchased domain name through GoDaddy, and we've now got hosting through SiteGround. So we have this existing domain here. So I'm going to select here, and in my domain name, I'm going to type in name StageOTest.store and continue. There we are. Okay, so it's now, if there's any problems with that domain name existing, it'll tell you that it doesn't exist. Okay, so you can't really make a mistake here. We've already purchased it. We know it exists. We type it in there. If you typed it in wrong, then it's going to stop you. So you're not going to make any errors, so don't worry about that. Now, it's going to give you some option here to start a new website or migrate a website. Now, we don't have a website to migrate. We do want to start a new website, but I'm going to suggest skip and create an empty site. Over here, point your domain. Please point your domain to the new host server, and our DNS settings are the following. Okay, so follow along. It's really straightforward and nothing to panic about. We just need to do some settings. So back over to GoDaddy, make sure you're logged in, and then just navigate over to the domain that you purchased before, whatever it be called, and then select DNS settings. Once you're in the DNS management, which you can find up here, if the page is moved around, just select DNS here, DNS management, and don't panic. This is not scary. It's quite straightforward. Just as long as you've got your DNS server names here, NS1, NS2, we're just going to swap out the current ones for these new ones. Okay, so scrolling down, have a look at this page first of all. There we are. Here's our name servers. Okay, so we're going to replace those name servers with these ones here. Okay, so I'm going to click change. So just where we are again, I'm in DNS records. I'm going to scroll all the way down. Don't need to touch any of this stuff here. Go all the way down to see name servers. And it's using the default name servers, which is NS65 and NS66. Click change. Now it's going to come up with are you sure you want to do this? And yeah, are you sure you want to do this? It's risky and everything like that. So we're just going to enter our own name servers. It says advanced. It's not. You can also connect here, but it's super simple. Just go enter my own name servers. And there you go. So we're going to go to one. We're going to grab the first one. We're going to copy, paste, back over, grab the other one, copy and paste, and save. All right. So again, it's just giving me a quick alert. Say it's risky. As long as you've copied and pasted the exact numbers over, you're not going to have any problem. Yes, I consent and continue. And there we are, success. That's everything done. If we scroll on down now, we'll see that our name servers are now changed to the ones in our SiteGround account. It usually happens within an hour. Sometimes it can take a couple of days. It's rare that it would take that long, but just be aware that in the flow of creating a website, from getting your domain, getting your hosting, to changing the hosting over to the name servers over to the domain, these things can take a little bit of time in the background. So be patient, and you can check on SiteGround if it's worked or not. So back over to SiteGround now. We've finished with our name servers over here. It's worth pointing out as well that the email address that you're set up with SiteGround, you'll also receive an email through with that information. So don't worry about navigating away from this page. It is still going to be there for you. We're going to click Site Tools now. All right. And now this is our main dashboard. This is our SiteGround dashboard. And here you can see we've got all manner of options to choose from. And let's have a little scroll through. We can see that the name servers are there again. See, you're not going to navigate away from any pages and never find those codes or names, I should say, again. They're right there. And you've got some statistical things which will fill up as your page starts to get traffic. But for now, we're going to install and manage WordPress. Now, we're not going to do a WooCommerce store. I'll do one of those in a later one. If you recall, that's for an e-commerce store. Today, we're just going to do a WordPress. But don't worry if you are doing an e-commerce store, because you can add WooCommerce later. We're just going to keep it simple for now. Okay, fab. Once all that information is done, you'll see that manage installations. You've got your Sageo test.store or whatever your domain is here. And over here, we can log into admin panel with this little arrow here. And as I said, it can take a little bit of time to come up. So this is where we're going to stop this video and start again once our website is ready to be viewed. If we just pop down back to SiteGround, we can still see everything here where we can log into the admin panel. But until everything switches over with those name servers, we're not going to be able to go any further. It shouldn't take too long, so just check it intermittently over the next hour or two. Could be a bit longer than that, but it will work. And I'll see you in the next video.